Hello, just Jax here and welcome to my channel. Today, in an attempt to get this out in time for Easter, we're going to make the eggs that bite back. I want to make a little family of eggs that are not quite your normal eggs. We're going to have a mama egg with eyeball, teeth, and for some reason feathers. And a couple of baby eggs, which aren't going to have eyes. They haven't developed them yet, but they will have a tooth each. Let me just jiggle this because it's wibbled. There we go. And to try and weight them down, I was unsure whether to have these 2 peas and 1 peas as feet, glue them to that and then build the feet above them, or insert them so they'll stay more upright. Now this is going to stay upright at the moment because it's got nothing added to it, but once it's got things added to it, it's not going to stay upright. So first things first, we're going to cut our eggs open. I'm going to do this with Mum first. So perhaps about there. We want it to be really low down. And we don't mind if we lose the shape a little bit, because we're going to be claying over the top. It's big enough to insert 2 pennies all the way down. So we're going to crack her open. Cut a little penny well. If we keep it like that, actually, we'll know exactly where our pennies are going, our 2 peas are going to be going. So let's just cut a little well out. A little penny well out, a little 2 pea well out. That can go and get wedged in there. Would 1 be enough? It might be. We're going to see if we can get away with sticking 1 in here as well. In fact, let's make a mark across there so we know where to line it up, because that was going to happen. So let's cut a little well out of this one as well. Right, are you going to go in there now? You are, lovely. So where's our lines? There and there. So we are going to glue her back together for the moment. Find our lines again, right there and there. Lovely. Now we're going to just let her chill for the moment before we do anything else to her, but now she's going to stay upright. Baby's time. These are going to be a little bit more fiddly because these are tiny guys. Alright, we're going to let them dry. You poor little guys. You're all off kilt. Let's have you pop up there. I'm going to clear up. Let's not muddle up the bits that we got. Baby teeth. Mama teeth. Sorry, you two need to chill up against that, don't you? Behave. Typical children. Mama's eye. Right, I am going to clear this styrofoam. Clear the styrofoam away. Then we're going to come back and clay them up first. cut the eye out first. Depends how much clay we're going. I think we're going to want a bit of a groove for the eye. So we'll do that. So yes, back in a second. Okay, let's get... We've got some more goodies here as well, by the way. Let's get Mars eye put in to begin with. Let's just mark up roughly where we got to cut in, because we only got to cut in a little bit. So that's it, we're going to get clayed up as well. So let's do a little... Perfect. So we're going to glue that in where we want it. So a little dot of glue. Yeah. She's starting to take shape. Now she can literally look over her young'uns and make sure they're okay. Right, what I got the nails for was because I was going to make them quite, to a degree, bird-like feet that they had. So we've got baby nails for babies, big nails for mom. Put this away for a second. Now, I was thinking of going heavy air drying clay for the feet, give it a bit more weight on the bottom, and then light air drying clay, but we'll see how it goes, to cover the body. So let's open the heavy air drying clay and see if we can make some feet. I've got a nice sealed tub to the side, ready to store that to keep it nice and soft. So Mars feet first, since she's watching over us. Let's see how we can go about doing this for her. I think if we go for breaking this into 3 for toes, 1 spur type piece, and a body bit. Let's see if this works. This might still end up being too much. We might not need all of this. Otherwise she's going to have huge feet. Yeah, let's get... I've got some various tools to the side. I've got some sculpting tools, but I've also got some barbecue skewers. So I want to segment her toes a little bit. They're going to be quite big toes, aren't they? By the time I've squished that in there. Like that. Let's make the toes first and then see what we're going to do with the rest. She's going to have huge feet. That's alright. You'd always have them coming out the side of her like she's spurt legs. Right. All the toes there are done from arm. That's what happens if we start to fuse these together. We're going to go for symmetry, so we need to be working on them both at the same time, ideally. Yeah. Like that. Looking pretty cool. Try and angle them a little bit. If we do that, we're going to have a look at making a sausage to rest them on. Yeah, let's find one of these. Like that. Actually, better be 2 of those. And also at the back. Yeah. Now, do we go for bringing her a bit of leg meat outside there? And see how she looks if we give her a bit of leg meat. She'd have to have a wider stance. Or we can have them both just come in out from underneath her. Like that. I reckon like that. So we're going to carefully move these over there to dry. And we're going to get baby's feet done. So it's going to be exact same process. So we're going to flash forward and get baby feet done. Okay, feet done. Starting to cover the eggs because I made some sort of eggy colour. This is what we're going to do with the babies. Stick a little tooth in there. We'll bring it up there. Can you see? Hopefully you can. I'm going to add a little detail with paint later. We've got a little tooth. One little tooth come through. No eye yet. Still too young. So that's what we're going to do with this one. So, where's... There it is. Baby tooth. Now we're going to glue that in place, but we're just going to get it where we want it first. And give him a little tiny bit of a lip. You can see that. Just there like so. So we're going to glue that in place, otherwise that keeps happening. But I worked out through playing with this stuff the other day with another baby I made. Super glue works well with this, holding these pieces in. Let's pop that right in there. And all I did for the little puckered eye was a little of this. Now I'm undecided at this point whether to get out the super tiny googly eyes and pop one in there. So there'll be like the tiniest of eyes starting to come forward. Or whether to keep it as like a little pucker, where that's where it's gonna be when it develops, and I can always put the tiniest of black dots right in the middle. We'll think about that. Let's start getting mother covered with all of this out of the way. She is eager to stay up to watch her infants. Right. Now, I covered the infants all in a one, but I'm going to do her in two. Or at least two to begin with. I'm unsure how I'm going to go about doing the mouth. I've yet to think about that. I'm going to do a similar thing with her. Give her a little detail. Now, before we go any further, she's looking really cool. Oh my days, that's not a mum you're going to trifle with. Alright, let me put this fleshy tone away. Actually, we're going to keep that out for a second. So what decide what we're going to do with mouth? Whether we're just going to have it pushed in, because we've got two upper and two lower that we're going to do. Don't know whether to just push them in or to open up her mouth a little bit. I think she's got to be like her children. I'm going to push them in and then build the mouth shape around it. Would it be better the other way? Yeah, better the other way. So let's get those where we want them and then glue them in. And then we'll look at adding the bottom ones and some detail. Yeah, like that. Careful not to dink her melon. Start pressing this back just a little bit. So I'll bring this over here so I keep sliding down. You won't see what I'm doing. Hang on, young Marley Bum. I'll be with you in just a second, baby girl. And then we're going to look at, I think we've got to bring that down quite a bit more. I need one of my tools. Yeah. And bring this back in here. Now we're going very carefully sink them in there. Like that. Yeah. Let's carefully pop them out. And then we'll glue them in place. Just drop a little dot in each of those cavities. And slot them back in there. Oh, I keep wandering off course, so I'm paying so much attention to what I'm doing. We have mama and babies. Babies 1 and babies 2. Right, let's just lay those down for a second while we decide on our next step. I've just got to pause so I can get my girlies to the loos. Okay, I did decide to give baby an eye. Can you focus in there? I think we can. Your little pocket eye. You're keeping an eye on you. So, how I did that was using this fantastic tool, burrowed down into the centre of his pucker, opened it up enough to slot the smallest googly eye that I had to hand. This little thing. The tiniest dot of glue in the hole. And popped it right on in there, as far back as it'd go. And then worked on closing it back around. It's as flat as possible. Then brought some of those puckers back to life. And then put his brow back in, because I got lost with all the manual handling of this little baby. There we go. I think that one needs to do a little bit more puckering around the eye compared to the other one. Though they're not twins. They were just born really close to one another. Or laid really close to one another. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I keep wandering off all the way up there for some reason. Look at them, little cute guys. I also, using, because I've still got the same flesh tone from when I did the abominable snowman, thought I'd flesh up their feet. Give them a nice finishing touch. So in a moment we're going to squish them where we want them, so it leaves 2 grooves, and super glue them in place. And same for Mom. And then we'll decide what we're going to do with the feathers. So let's get little babies done first. We're still going to keep them there, just so we don't lose shape. Though we shouldn't, these are quite dry. Just I don't want to break them when I suddenly press down on them. So yeah, about there. Give them a gentle press in, and that's going to be our gluing grooves. You want to get that exact same point again. Okay. Let's get your brother or your sister, we don't know yet. And they're next. So we'll come back to them tomorrow when they're dry enough to be able to pick up and not have their feet fall off. Let's get Mum. Right, so that's all we're going to do right now. Like I say, they've got to dry. Push you in a little bit more. They've got to dry thoroughly before we consider doing anything else to them, as tempting as it is, because I want to start jabbing them with feathers. But I don't know if that's going to look out of place. I kind of think they should have some feathers coming out around where the feet are, but I don't think I've got any that are tiny enough for the babies. They're going to need super tiny feathers, and you can't really cut feathers down. If they were, it'd just have to be around the bottom. See? Like I say, this has got to be done. If we're going to do this, this has got to be done now, whilst everything's soft enough. We're going to do it. Oops, you might have my head sort of bopping in. Little dinky ones. We need at least, at the moment, to keep it even, 6 little dinkies. Though I think regardless, perhaps these little ones should only have 3 anyway. So another really small one. That's a really fluffed up one. That's quite small. Okay. Let's get rid of those for now. Don't need them. We'll stick a couple more in Mum, because she's an adult. Only a couple more. Yeah. What a beautiful family. Right, I'm going to throw those scraps away. We're going to stop there. Let these dry thoroughly. I'll put the feathers away because we're done with those and they're just fluffing everywhere. When we come back, they'll be thoroughly dry, and then we might add a little paint detail here and there, but we'll see. They might not need it. They're looking absolutely gorgeous. So back in a moment when they are dry. Alright, the eggs that bite back are done. All I did whilst I got carried away was I used a little Seraphim Sepia from the Citadel washes. Was it technical range? Well, that was a shade, that one. Just to highlight, we show you on Mum, the creases. Just for them to bring out a little bit. Same for across the feet. Just a little highlighting. But they are done. Mum and babies. Oh, check them out. You always get one slightly bigger than the other. One might have been laid before the other one. So let's move the board out of the way. Bring the family in. Now, in the future, I might come back to this and make them a little base so they can all live on something. But at the moment, I quite like that they can be a bit free roaming. They can get up to mischief around the place. I'll go and find them somewhere to live in a little bit. So, yeah, that's the eggs that bite back. I hope you've enjoyed this. They were so much fun to make, and I'm going to be making more random critters like this. Just because I like doing it, and they're fun. So, yeah, we're there. And the air drying clay has a really nice finish. This silk clay, yeah, that has a really nice finish for these particular fleshy beings. These eggy / fleshy beings. And I think the feathers are a nice little subtle finishing touch, since they're eggs. Same with the little baby ones. Just some little baby feathers. So, yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by and checking my channel out. I hope you've enjoyed this. It was a fun little thing. I've hopefully managed to edit this to condense it into about half an hour there or thereabouts. So it'll be a little bit more manageable to see all the way through. And I've tried to do editing so it's like taking out the rinse and repeat, apart from bits where I've got carried away. Like I say, this was literally just thin paintbrush in the wash, and then everywhere that I left a groove, just a little bit around the eyes, just so they've got a little bit of a finish to them, and in the mouth, tiny bit around the teeth. So yes, that is that. So yeah, like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. She is beautiful, isn't she? And they are too, beautiful and cute. So yeah, thank you all so much. Take care and see you in the next one.